bullets. "I'll make a note," said Jenny. Nightingale ended the call and put his phone away. T-Bone shook his head admonishingly. "See now, that's not funny," he said. "Just trying to lighten the moment," said Nightingale, folding his arms. "What if the cops are listening in?" "To me? They're not." "You don't know that. GCHQ, they listen to everything. And you used Perry's name and said where he was. He won't like that." "Then let's keep it our secret," said Nightingale. "I don't work for you." "No, but we're friends." T-Bone frowned. "We ain't friends." "T-Bone, I wouldn't have gotten into the car if I didn't trust you." "Trusting people and being their friend ain't the same thing, innit? I'll put you on my Christmas card list. How about that?" T-Bone's face finally cracked into a smile. "Just be careful with Perry's name, that's all I'm saying." Message received and understood. "So, we're good?" "As good as we're going to be," said T-Bone. They drove south across the Thames. Perry Smith lived in a terraced house in a quiet street, 2 stories high and with railings around steps leading to a basement. 2 big black men in heavy coats were standing outside the house, stamping their feet against the cold. They looked over as T-Bone parked and nodded as he climbed out of the SUV. The 2 heavies watched Nightingale with impassive eyes as he followed T-Bone into the house. T-Bone took him along the hallway to the stairs. They walked by a large room filled with 3 large sofas around a coffee table that was piled high with drugs paraphernalia. A big man in an LA Lakers shirt and baggy jeans was sitting on one of the sofas, a Glock in his hand. He nodded at T-Bone, and T-Bone nodded back. They went slowly up the stairs, and they creaked under T-Bone's weight. Perry Smith was in a bedroom at the rear of the house. All the furniture had been cleared out except for a 2-seater sofa and a small glass coffee table. Perry was sitting on the sofa and tucking into a carton of Chinese food, something and rice. There was a bong on the table and a can of beer. A protective circle had been drawn on the bare floorboards with chalk. Nightingale frowned at the circle, but before he could say anything, Perry put down his chopsticks and stood up. He was wearing a navy blue Nike tracksuit and gleaming white Nike trainers. There was a thick gold chain hanging around his neck and another around his right wrist, presumably to provide balance for the huge diamond-studded gold watch on his left. "Birdman, thanks for coming." He spread out his hands. "I'd shake or hug or some shit, but I have to stay where I am for the moment." "Says who?" "Says who?" repeated Perry, frowning. "Who says you've got to stay in the circle, Perry? Has someone threatened you?" Perry pulled a face. "Not a verbal threat, as such. But before my associates had been killed, and I was never slow at adding 2 and 2 together." "And we're not talking criminal elements, are we?" "We're talking demon and devil shit, Nightingale. Which is why I need you. You're the go-to man for that, right?" "I've had a few supernatural cases, yes," said Nightingale. "Where did you get the design of the pentagram from?" Perry frowned. "Pentagram?" Nightingale pointed at the circle on the floor. "The drawing on the floor." Perry nodded. "The internet. It's a protective circle, right? It stops demons getting to me, right?" Nightingale tilted his head to the side. "Sort of," he said. "It's more of a protective circle for when you summon a demon. But yeah, it might protect you against other entities, I suppose." "You suppose? What the fuck do you mean, Birdman? I don't want suppose, I want definite." "Well, you've got the letters in the wrong place." Perry had written 3 groups of capital letters in chalk. E-L, H-A, and M-I-C. "Yeah, I couldn't make that out." "It's supposed to say Michael," said Nightingale. "The Archangel." "That's how it looked on the internet.